You have 7 seconds to make a first impression. Here's exactly how to make those seconds count. Research shows that people form a first impression of you in just 7 seconds. 7 seconds to determine if you're trustworthy, competent, likable, and worth their time. The scary part? Once that impression is formed, it's incredibly difficult to change. Your brain uses that initial judgment as a filter for everything that comes after. Psychologists call this the primacy effect. But here's the good news. First impressions aren't random. They follow predictable psychological patterns. And when you understand those patterns, you can engineer a powerful first impression every single time. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to walk into any room and make people instantly want to know you, trust you, and remember you. Let's break it down. Principle number 1, the power of confident entry. The way you enter a room sends an immediate signal about your status and confidence. Most people enter nervously. They hesitate in the doorway. They scan for familiar faces. They look uncertain. This signals low status and insecurity, and people unconsciously pick up on it. Instead, enter with what psychologists call purposeful presence. Walk in like you have every right to be there, not arrogant, not aggressive, just calm and confident. Here's the technique. Before you enter, take a deep breath. Stand tall, shoulders back. Then walk in at a steady pace as if you know exactly where you're going, even if you don't. Why this works? Confidence is contagious. When you appear confident, people assume there's a reason for that confidence. They treat you accordingly. Real example. Walk into a networking event like you already know half the people there. Not rushed, not hesitant, just calm and present. Watch how differently people respond to you. Principle number 2, the eye contact formula. Eye contact is the most powerful tool in your first impression arsenal. But most people get it wrong. Too little eye contact signals insecurity or dishonesty. Too much eye contact feels aggressive and uncomfortable. The sweet spot is what psychologists call the 70-30 rule. When you're speaking, maintain eye contact 70% of the time. When you're listening, maintain eye contact 70% of the time. Break eye contact occasionally by looking to the side, never down. Looking down signals submission. But here's the advanced technique. When you first meet someone, hold their gaze for 1 full second longer than feels natural. This creates a micro moment of intensity that makes you memorable. Then smile and break the gaze naturally. This sends a subconscious signal. I see you. You have my full attention. You matter. Principle number 3, the handshake psychology. A handshake seems simple, but it communicates volumes about you in an instant. Research shows that a firm handshake is associated with extroversion, emotional expressiveness, and making a positive impression. A weak handshake is associated with shyness, anxiety, and lack of confidence. The perfect handshake, web-to-web contact. The skin between your thumb and index finger should meet theirs, firm but not crushing. 2 to 3 pumps. Full engagement with eye contact and a genuine smile. Here's the secret. Match their energy. If someone gives you a firm handshake, match it. If someone gives you a gentle handshake, don't crush their hand. Mirroring their energy creates instant rapport. Bonus tip. Use 2 hands for extra warmth in appropriate situations. Place your left hand on top of your handshake. This is called the politician's handshake, and it signals trust and connection. But use it sparingly, only when genuine warmth is appropriate. Principle number 4, smile with your eyes. We covered fake smiles earlier, so you already know. A real smile involves the eyes. When you meet someone for the first time, don't force a smile. Wait for a genuine moment of connection, then let your smile be real. A real smile with crinkled eyes is 1,000 times more powerful than a forced mouth smile. If you need to smile before that genuine moment happens, think of something that genuinely makes you happy right before you meet them. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real happy memory and the present moment. The smile will be authentic. Why this matters? Mirror neurons. When someone sees a genuine smile, their brain unconsciously mirrors it. You make them feel good, and they associate that good feeling with you. Principle number 5, the name repetition technique. Dale Carnegie said it best. A person's name is to them the sweetest sound in any language. When someone introduces themselves, repeat their name immediately. Nice to meet you, Sarah. This does 3 things. First, it helps you remember their name. Second, it signals that they matter enough for you to pay attention. Third, hearing their own name activates the reward centers in their brain. They feel good around you. Then use their name 1 or 2 more times during the conversation. Not excessively, not forced, just naturally. So Sarah, what brought you here today? Advanced technique. If someone has an unusual name, ask about it. Zara, that's beautiful. What's the origin? People love talking about their names, and it makes you memorable because you showed genuine interest. Principle number 6, the power pose before entry. This one happens before anyone even sees you, but it dramatically affects your first impression. Research by Amy Cuddy shows that holding a power pose for 2 minutes before a high-stakes situation actually changes your body chemistry. It increases testosterone, confidence hormone, and decreases cortisol, stress hormone. Before you walk into an important room, find a private space. Stand tall with your hands on your hips like a superhero, or raise your arms in a victory pose. Hold it for 2 minutes. It feels ridiculous, but the science is solid. This isn't about looking powerful to others. This is about genuinely feeling more confident. And when you feel confident, you project confidence. People sense it immediately. Principle number 7, ask questions, don't perform. Here's where most people mess up first impressions. They try too hard to be interesting. They talk about themselves. They try to impress. They perform. This backfires because people don't care about how interesting you are. They care about how you make them feel. The secret: be interested, not interesting. Ask genuine questions. What's your story? What are you working on that excites you? How did you get into that field? Then, and this is critical, actually listen. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Listen to understand. Ask follow-up questions. Show curiosity. Why this works. People leave conversations thinking about how they felt, not what was said. If you made them feel heard, interesting, and valued, they'll associate those positive feelings with you. Principle number 8, the energy match. This is subtle but powerful. Match the energy of the person or room you're entering. If you walk into a high-energy networking event with low energy, you'll seem out of place. If you walk into a serious business meeting with overly casual energy, you'll seem unprofessional. Read the room first. Observe the energy level, then match it or go just slightly above it. This is about social calibration. It shows emotional intelligence. People unconsciously feel comfortable around those who match their energy because it signals you're one of them. Principle number 9, the exit impression. First impressions aren't just about entry. They're also about exit. The recency effect means people remember how you left almost as much as how you entered. Don't let your energy drop at the end. Don't awkwardly fade away. Instead, make eye contact. Shake hands again if appropriate. Use their name. Sarah, it was great meeting you. Then exit with the same confident energy you entered with. This leaves them with a complete positive impression. Entry plus exit equals memorable. Principle number 10, be authentically you. Here's the paradox. All these techniques work, but they only work if you're still authentically yourself. Don't become a robot following rules. Don't fake a personality. Use these principles as a framework, but let your genuine personality come through. Why? Because people can sense authenticity. If you're performing a character, it feels off. But if you're being your genuine self while using psychological principles to present your best version, that's magnetic. The goal isn't to be someone else. The goal is to remove the barriers that prevent people from seeing the real you clearly. Conclusion. First impressions are powerful, but they're not magic. They're psychology. You have 7 seconds. Use them wisely. Enter with confidence. Make eye contact. Smile genuinely. Remember names. Ask questions. Match energy. Exit strong. But most importantly, be present. When you're fully present with someone, they feel it, and that presence is more memorable than any technique. Here's your challenge. The next time you meet someone new, pick just one of these principles and focus on executing it perfectly. Just one. Master it. Then add another. Over time, these become natural. You stop thinking about them. They just become how you show up. And when that happens, you don't just make good first impressions. You make unforgettable ones. If this video changed how you think about first impressions, hit that subscribe button. Next week, we're diving into the dark side, how to spot fake people in the first 60 seconds of meeting them, and drop a comment. Which of these principles are you going to try first? Let me know. Remember, you get one chance to make a first impression. Make it count.